Okay, so this is an example of a typical cleaning cupboard. As you would expect, all the cleaning chemicals are stored on the bottom shelf, purely because if there is any chemical spillages whilst you're measuring out the chemical or whilst you're coming in and out of the cupboard, it doesn't damage any of the paper products or any of the cloths that you can see on the top shelf here. We always store on the top shelf all the paper products purely because obviously you want to keep them dry at all times. So you've got your paper towels and your toilet rolls and your soaps. So all the washroom tends to stay on the top, so it's up out of the way. On the top shelf here we also have the working file, which details all your insurance and all the COSH information for the chemicals that you see on the bottom shelf. This has to be in the cleaning cupboard and must not be taken out, because if there is any accidents with these chemicals, this needs to be accessible from a first aid point of view. Underneath that you can see the colour-coded cloths, so we've got red, yellow, blue and green, which are clearly separated and kept tidy at all times to avoid any cross-contamination, and we don't put anything wet back in the cupboard purely because if we do that then obviously we could be causing cross-contamination, and also it begins to get smelly and you don't want that. So the whole idea is to keep things nice and clean and tidy. Underneath that we've obviously got the feather duster and your PPE, your gloves. For this site we don't require anything more than gloves, but for some sites of course you require your high visibility vests, etc. On the bottom shelf, all the chemicals in the cupboard must be labelled at all times. You cannot have chemicals in your cupboard that are not clearly identifiable. If you pick up a chemical that's not clearly labelled, you don't know what's in it, and you could potentially be causing cross-contamination. There could be a chemical in there that you or somebody else is allergic to, which potentially could cause injury and could also cause obviously reactions that are not positive. And we also store our bin liners on the bottom shelf purely for accessibility, and the boxes can be quite heavy and it avoids any heavy lifting.